Also tonight, the dangerous storm heading towards Northern Ireland and Scotland. The Met Office issues a red warning, its highest for tomorrow. Because the Met Office has issued a rare red weather alert for Northern Ireland and the central belt of Scotland for Storm Éowyn tomorrow. Affected areas could see gusts of up to 100 miles an hour and flying debris, resulting in danger to life. An amber warning is in place for the rest of Scotland, Northern England and North Wales, and yellow weather warnings will cover the rest of the UK with heavy rain forecast for Wales and the southwest of England. Today, strong winds have already arrived. These shots were taken in Cornwall, where a suspected mini tornado ripped through one neighbourhood.
Schools shut and rail services scrapped as rare danger to life weather warnings are issued ahead of what could be the strongest storm in generations.
100-mile-an-hour winds are possible, with warnings not to travel in Northern Ireland or lowland Scotland.
Rail passengers are being warned not to travel in the north of UK tomorrow as the country's bracing for severe winds brought by Storm Éowyn. The Met Office has issued an amber warning with gusts of up to 90 miles an hour forecast. Train providers say severe disruption is expected.
Morning. It's not looking great. Good morning, both. Good morning to you as well. Joe's quite right. Sage advice there from him. The Met Office has an amber weather warning out for Storm Éowyn. There's the risk of 90-mile-an-hour gusts, even more than that in some exposed areas. Widely, we're looking at gales or severe gales. Couple that with rain, and in parts of Scotland we could see some early snow even at lower levels. Even where yesterday we didn't have the wind warning in the southeast of England, we do now. But the strongest winds are going to be where we do have the amber weather warning.
Good morning. The wind is strengthening here in the southeast over the next couple of days. For today, the Met Office has a yellow weather warning in place for strong winds for areas down along the Channel coast. Good afternoon. Storm Éowyn approaches as it does so. The wind is getting stronger, but this first thing this morning, perhaps the calm before the storm. Now, the first of several weather warnings in place this afternoon.
Hello to you again. A very good evening. Clear skies for the time being, but turning increasingly windy and wet. The Met Office has issued a red warning, a very rare alert. This is for Storm Éowyn. It's to cover Northern Ireland and Scotland. Now, this means that there will be some significant disruption potentially in this area and even a risk to life. You really must take it seriously.
And we've heard that there's a storm heading to other parts of the UK. Is it going to affect us?
We are going to see some very windy weather. So yes, Storm Éowyn is actually going to affect all of us in the next 24 hours. But before that, let's just breathe and enjoy this beautiful weather watch. It looks like a Turner picture, doesn't it? But today we had some sharp showers around. Might have caught one or two of you out if you were out and about today. But the real heavy rain and the strong winds arrives through the night tonight. Now, we're going to see 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts of winds around the London area. So that is still strong enough to cause some disruption, bring down maybe the fence and certainly cause some hassles in the garden.
All eyes on the storm.
Absolutely, but it has been a fairly testing day for some parts of the country today. Take a look at these pictures. This was Newquay earlier this afternoon when they had a mini tornado come through. We get about 30 of these a year. Sometimes we don't get a great deal of damage. Not too much damage done here, but you can see it really did whip up the winds and a fair bit of debris coming through. As for the forecast for the next few days, they're even more testing than that. Let's take a look right now. Well, as we head through the next 12 hours or so, it is going to be all eyes on the storm as that low pressure begins to deepen. Let's take a look at the warnings again, just to remind you just how powerful we are expecting Storm Éowyn to be. We're talking about gusts in this area, maybe up to 100 miles per hour. And in the amber warning area, if we move on, you'll notice it covers a larger area. And this is going to be covering much of northern parts of Scotland down towards northern parts of England England. And again, in this area, gusts could be between maybe 80 to 90 miles per hour. Very powerful winds. We are expecting certainly some disruption to happen as a result of Storm Éowyn. Let's take a look at the low pressure system as it moves in. You can see it's going to go through that rapid, explosive cyclogenesis, and it will start to move away fairly quickly. However, as we head through to the weekend, we've got another area of low pressure going to move in. Again, that could cause more disruption. I suspect there will be more warnings issued for that as well. Well, let's take a look at the situation then for this evening. The calm before the storm. Clear conditions, quite chilly before the storm arrives, but you can see the centre of it developing in the rain swirling round here. As I say, that moves through on the leading edge. Some of it could even turn to snow. Powerful winds by the time we get to tomorrow morning. So tomorrow, a very testing start to the day with those red warnings very much in place and disruption very likely.